Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Jashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Jashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकाचार्य अष्टोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद इस डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरण भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकाचार्य अष्टोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय। जमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज unto assembled devotees. हरे कृष्ण। All glories unto assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories unto assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Before I start to speak, I please beg the mercy of His Grace Anandmaya Prabhu. And Anandmaya Prabhu has been here before I was born. I just learned from Prabhu that he came in November 1972, and I was not even, I was probably in my mother's womb. And so it's a great fortune to get the blessings. And actually, Prabhu should be sitting here and I should be sitting down and speaking, because that is the way mercy can flow down and we can receive. If we are up and Prabhu is ready to give mercy, but there is no patram with me, and the mercy cannot come up. Mercy has to go down. So anyway, as a service to Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada disciple like Anandmay Prabhu, I humbly beg for the mercy. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantasto Yabhadrani Vidunoti Sugritsatam Nashtaprayeshvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shlokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishne Swadamo Pagate Dharma Jnana Dibhihi Sah Kalau Nashtadrisham Esha Puranarko Dunoditaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 29, Text 62. Recite 3 times, and then others recite something. Please repeat after me. Mama ete manasa yat yat asau aham iti bhuvan grihniyat tat puman radam karma yena punah bhavah mamaite manasa yad yad asavaham iti bruvan grihniyat tat puman radam karma yena punarbhavah mamaite manasa yad yad asau ahamiti bruvan grihniyat tat puman radam karma yena punarbhavah. Mamaite manasa yad yad asavaham iti bruvan grihniyat puman radam karma yena punarbhavah mamaite manasa yad yad asavaham iti bruvan grihniyat puman radam karma yena punarbhavah mamaite manasa yad yad asavahamiti bruvan grihniyat puman radam karma yena punarbhavah Mataji. Mamaite manasa yad yad asavaham iti bruvan grihniya tat puman radam karma yena punarbhavaha. Mama, mind, ete, all these, manasa, by the mind, yat yat, whatever, asau, that, aham, I am, iti, thus, bruvan, accepting, grihniyat, takes with him, tat, that, puman, the living entity, radam, perfected, karma, work, yena, by which, punaha, again, bhavaha, material existence. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The living entity labors under the bodily conception of I am this, I am that, my duty is this, and therefore I shall do it. These are all mental impressions, and all these activities are temporary. Nonetheless, by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the living entity gets a chance to execute all his mental concoctions. Thus, he gets another body. Purport: as long as one is absorbed in the bodily conception, his activities are performed on that platform. This is not very difficult to understand. In the world, we see that every nation is trying to supersede every other nation, and that every man is trying to advance beyond his fellow man. All these activities are going on under the name of advancement of civilization. There are many plans for making the body comfortable, and these plans are carried in the subtle body after the destruction of the gross body. It is not a fact that after the gross body is destroyed, the living entity is finished. Although many great philosophers and teachers in this world are under the impression that after the body is finished, everything is finished, that is not a fact. Narada Muni says in this verse that at death one takes his plans with him, grihniyat, and to execute these plans he gets another body. This is called punarbhavaha. When the body is finished, the plans of the living entity are taken by the mind, and by the grace of the Lord, the living entity gets a chance to give these plans shape in the next life. This is known as the law of karma. As long as the mind is absorbed in the laws of karma, a certain type of body must be accepted in the next life. Karma is the aggregate of fruitive activities conducted to make the body comfortable or uncomfortable. We have actually seen that when one man was about to die, he requested his physician to give him a chance to live 4 more years so that he could finish his plans. This means that while dying, he was thinking of his plans. After his body was destroyed, he doubtlessly carried his plans with him by means of the subtle body, composed of mind, intelligence, and ego. Thus, he would get another chance by the grace of the Supreme Lord, the Super Soul, who is always within the heart. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. In the next birth, one acquires remembrance from the Super Soul and begins to execute the plans begun in the previous life. This is also explained in Bhagavad Gita in another verse. Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hridesher arjuna tishtati brahmayam sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated on a machine made of the material energy. This is from Bhagavad Gita 18.61. situated on the vehicle given by material nature and reminded by the super soul within the heart, the living entity struggles all over the universe to fulfill his plans, thinking, I am a Brahmana, I am a Kshatriya, I am an American, I am an Indian, and so on. All these designations are the same essence. There is no point in becoming a Brahmana in preference to an American or becoming an American in preference to a Negro. After all, these are all bodily conceptions under the modes of material nature. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadadi Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Tanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति विकास स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्येष्टारिणी। First of all, I thank Radhesham Prabhu and all other senior devotees here, Vedant Chaitanya Prabhu and others, and I see many devotees. I've been here this was in 2012. I was here from 2006 to 2012 and I used to attend every program here, and so it's very merciful of these devotees to give me an opportunity to speak, which is an opportunity to purify myself. So I pray that I may commit some mistakes. Please be merciful and tolerate. And I'm here to learn, because every day, every moment is an opportunity to be ready to learn. So that way, in this particular verse, actually this is a very nice chapter. This whole chapter, it begins with Narada Muni preaching to, actually Maitreya, sage Maitreya Muni, he is explaining this to Vidura, and in that he explains Narada Muni how he delivered so many devotees from different fields. And we know Narada Muni is Prabhupada described Narada Muni as the space scientist, that spiritual scientist who can travel in space. And Narada Muni not only visits very highly elevated kings like Yudhishthir Maharaj, he visits all the way to Mrigari, Valmiki, who live in forest. He will visit even somebody like Prachina Barhi, who is a householder, a Kshatriya, and he is a perfect executioner of religious principles, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So we will see Narada Muni is giving examples here. I mean, as an example, he is preaching to Prachina Barhi, who was very expert in doing lots of Vedic rituals. Everybody were very expert in those days. They were supposed to. There is no life without Vedic culture. And to say that we are not Vedic, I have heard certain statements that we are not Vedic, we are Vaishnava. But actually that is something to be very carefully observed, because Vaishnava is a follower of Veda. Vaishnava is a follower of Vishnu, and here we saw in this verse Lord Vishnu, who came in his Swayam, as in his original form as Krishna, speaking Bhagavad Gita, and he says, actually the verse Prabhupada quoted is Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Matta Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. But the next two lines are identifying who is, he himself says, Vedaischa Sharverahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krit Vedavit Eva Chaham. So that Vishnu is the compiler. He is the one who created, he is breathing, he is the one who is giving us the Vedas. So if you are following Vishnu, we are following as Vaishnavas Vedic principles. But still, we have to understand why the Vedic principle is given. Vedic principle is given for a gradual elevation. Yesterday I heard Anandmaya Prabhu speak on this topic, a previous verse, and Prabhu was mentioning the first qualification of a human being. I think that there is a philosophy that says, I think, therefore I am. And my understanding, maybe Prabhu can explain. I wanted to talk to him later to find out. But I think what it is, again I am thinking. Because I am thinking, I am not a chemical. It's like this book is made of paper, but the book doesn't think on its own, this paper, to walk. You can see any object, they cannot think. Suddenly this microphone cannot think. I don't want to serve this Prabhu who is sitting here, so it cannot walk away. But a human, that opportunity is there in the human. All living entities actually, not just human. Every living entities think. They have capacities to think. That is why the identity comes, I am. But again, as Prabhu was giving in the class yesterday, Srila Prabhupada, Anandmaya Prabhu quoted Prabhupada. Prabhupada is saying, yes, it's very good. You are at least come to the platform of from inanimate to some kind of animate, and you are accepting that we are thinking. Now we should be thinking about what? If we think, we should think very high. So what is that we will think? And that is what Narada Muni is bringing Prachina Barhi to that knowledge, that what should be the thought. Obviously, as soon as we think, if anybody here, if I ask them, point out somebody to say, who are you? You'll immediately tell your name, but there is a tendency for us to attach that name with an image that we have seen in the mirror. We cannot, it's a bodily conception. I think I am a man. And Prabhupada says, I think I am, somebody may think I am a Brahmana. Somebody may think I am a Kshatriya. Somebody may think I am an American. Somebody may attach with their color. Somebody may think that I am black, I am white. But who are we? Are we this? You all know. Everybody, I know some new visitors are here. I'd encourage them also, because this particular class, this particular subject is very basic. And it is the first class that I heard when I first went to an ISKCON program in the US. And I had no idea what they are talking. Only thing I could understand at that time was, because every time this devotee who was giving the class, he would say, you are not this, you are not this, you are not this. And one thing he would say is, you are servant of Krishna. So I could understand, okay, Krishna I know, so he is speaking the right thing. And that I, somehow by some fortune, I had known that, okay, we should serve Krishna, not anybody else. But I am not doing. I am not thinking of that. But I have heard. So I could relate, yes. But I couldn't understand what he is saying in the first line. He is saying, I am not this body. What is this? I am not this body. Actually, we will see in this chapter, Prachina Barhi is very expert with Vedic rituals, but he starts out saying, Narada Muni, you spoke so many things. You showed me an allegorical explanation of where we are, but I don't understand those things. Can you please explain? And I think I was not hearing full class of Anandmaya Prabhu yesterday, but I think he was making the point that it's not just enough. We stop there with the Vedic ritual. We have to go to the highest level to understand what is that highest thought and what is the best thought. And if we go through this chapter, towards the end you will find Maitreya will conclude. Thus, by hearing Narada Muni speak about this Prachina Barhi, who was a king, he attained moksha. So this is what happens when we hear from pure devotees. The life changes. We may not know anything what we are talking. We do not know. Many here could be that way. I don't understand what he is going to talk for 1 hour. Another 25 minutes he is going to talk, but we don't understand what he is talking. But because this message is coming from Krishna, and because we are reading the purport of pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada, who is narrating the same subject that has been told by Narada Muni, this message from Krishna is purifying and it makes us that intelligent and understand. So this is the real mystic power. Not some magic, not some kind of, it is actually tantra, but it is the Vaishnava tantra, that just by paying obeisance, by many may wonder, we are coming to temple, why are they asking me to pay obeisance here and they are asking me to pay obeisance 3 times there, and when I come there is one place there, they put some tilak on me. What is all this? We may wonder. As a newcomer, we may think, but all these things, if you are patient enough to accept and sit in the Bhagavatam class, even though we may not understand, every one of us here have gone through this experience, that we did not know what we are hearing, we didn't understand, but now we are able to explain it to others, because that power comes from Krishna through the parampara and that message. But it may appear there is nothing spiritual in this topic. Today's class, it is clearly saying, I am not this, I am not that. But another point is mentioned here, that actually this particular verse is talking about reincarnation. The first thing we have to accept before we even come to anything is, we have to accept reincarnation is truth. So some new people are here. How many of you, I should ask the negative way, how many of you don't accept or doubt whether we have rebirth or not? Is there anybody? Anyone who doesn't understand Punarjanma? Everybody accept that we were living previously? What will happen after this body? Does anybody know? But what if somebody says there is no spirit? How will we answer? There are. How do you know you are spirit? When I look at you, I am looking at you, your body. I think I can come and say you are female. But will you accept that? Superficially, yes, because you know. But you can know another truth, that you said we are spirit. So how do we understand this? How do we know? That's why it is there in Bhagavad Gita. You can go see each one of you, your own child. When you are a child, so many pictures will be there. Nowadays it is very easy. You don't have to go look for an album. Your phone has everything. You can just see, you were a child. Right? Each one of you were a child once. There is no doubt. But now you are all in the youth. Where is that child Where is that child body? You are using a better word. You are saying transformed. Mostly we will say, I grew up. That's gone. Actually, we will say, I grew up. What happened is, the answers that she gave is correct. We transformed. But point is, that body is no longer with me and I have gotten a new body. What is reincarnation? What is reincarnation? Yeah, change of body, right? So it is already happening. Dehino asmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara. That means Krishna is saying, a soul, when it gets into a body, you can observe from a childhood. Deha means body. Dehino asmin yata dehe kaumaram, youth. Sorry, child, baby, infant. Yavvanam, youth. Then we are growing old. Can anybody here say that I will remain the same youth? I see so many youth. Can anyone? We will become old. That means we are going to change body. So this is the truth that is there in simple Bhagavad Gita. And the same thing is explained in Bhagavatam. So somebody is telling you, predicting your future to you, we will not listen. What Krishna is saying is, we are looking so much into the mirror and we are decorating our body. But Krishna says, Hare Baba, you will not have this body with you permanently. It will become old and it is going to die one day. And you have to go to another body. Why am I wasting my time? Suppose you get into a bus. You know for sure this bus will not reach your destination. Will you still sit there in the bus or in the train? The moment you know this is not going to reach my destination, you will quit. You will ask, where is the bus that will take me to the destination? But this reincarnation is such a bus, it will never take you to the destination. It is going to take you to another body, and that body also is not going to destination. It is going to go to another bus. So we will keep on changing buses. So it is foolishness to do just changing the body. And that's what is the first lesson that we are taught. Don't waste time in something that will not give us any result. It may appear, okay, somebody is appreciating me. Oh, I'm happy. But the moment I go out, somebody will say, not to me directly, I may overhear. He will tell, I actually told lie there. That person looks horrible. Then immediately we are dejected. But we are feeling happy for nothing. We are feeling sorrow, miserable for what we are not. So the first thing to understand is that we are spirit soul. So yes, when you said we are spirit soul, scientifically somebody should prove to me. And it is possible. Krishna is saying, Arey, look at your previous childhood pictures. Then look at others who are growing old. So understand. So this is the first lesson in spiritual life. And that's what Narada Muni is giving right now. So one thing he is saying is, everybody may ask, so there is not, everything is not negative. Oh, you may ask, Arey, you are telling Prabhu everything so negative. But I have so much desires. I want to fulfill. That desire is a characteristic of the soul. That's permanent, actually. But we don't know. We are trying to fulfill our desire, which is there. You cannot give up desire. What will happen? That plan that we are doing, we have to carry with us to the next body. So you may all ask, oh, so what is the problem? I want to be beautiful. I want to be a sportsman. So I am planning. What is the problem? Why are you checking me? The problem is that there is no guarantee. We don't control what is the next body. We may control our thoughts, but we cannot control the next body. That is controlled by what activity we do now. So yes, you are all young here, very nice. You are sitting and hearing or trying to focus. This is a good activity which will ensure a good body, where you can carry your desire to that body and fulfill. But we have to be even intelligent. I want to develop that desire with which I will be completely happy. I don't want the state of miserable condition at any time. This is the intelligent question. Is there a way that I can? So today they are preaching so many things, positive thinking, all these things, many youth are going through. Every corporate world context spends so much money in giving big seminars on positive, depression, all these things. It's all good, but they are seeking the wrong book. They should be seeking Srimad Bhagavatam. You see here, when you just go out, we have a set of Bhagavatam. Please, how many of you don't have this Bhagavatam with you? Raise your hand, please. 1, 2, 3. Where is the Prabhu? Our book table Prabhu, he was there. Please make a note. I'm signing you up for something, the greatest fortune of your life. In this place you will get for completely free a biggest fortune, that you can study this text at your own house, wherever you are, every day, and get the same knowledge that we just now learned. We just now learned we are not this body. We are going to change our body. So we have to learn, how do I develop that consciousness where I will be always happy? Is there a place like that? And is there a body that will always keep me happy? These are the questions that we should raise, and opportunity to raise the questions and get answers are available in this book. Please, take a look and get your copy of Bhagavatam. And yes, Bhagavad Gita is first level, Bhagavatam is the next level. After that is Chaitanya Charitamrita. So there are so many opportunity that is given to us, Krishna is giving and devotees are giving. So this is what is mainly the first lesson we have to learn, that I am not this body. I am not. Prabhupada concludes this purport saying that all these are under bodily condition. So what is the permanent nature? I am spirit soul, I am servant of Krishna. So when we come here, we see the Lord. It's not just a statue or idol. The word in Sanskrit for this is here is Vigraha. Vigraha means full of Sat Chit Anandam. So it takes some time for us to relate that way, but that comes from Bhagavatam. And this is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here to give us this knowledge, that in Kali Yuga there is an easy way to get this. In the time that we are living, although it is very difficult times, but we can develop this knowledge by simply chanting the holy name of the Lord. There are thousands and thousands of names of Lord Krishna. But if we chant Krishna and Rama, all those names are contained in this. Sahasranama Abhitulyam Rama Nama Varaname. In one time you chant Rama, 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu is contained in it. This is not our statement. This is told by Lord Shiva. So we have to accept, we have to understand that there is an opportunity that is present. So the first thing we have to understand is I am not this body. And everybody goes through this. Even those who are practicing so many years will go through this problem. Because it's something that we have to keep on practicing. And when we chant the holy name, that opportunity comes. And that is why this has been predicted that in future, in Kali Yuga, even though the situation is so bad, but everybody will get an opportunity easily through the Pancharatrika Marga. What we follow here is Pancharatrika Tantra, Vaishnava Tantra. So this is the way by which, even though we are not qualified, we are given that by mercy, we are given that qualification to advance and all the way attain Lord Krishna. We go to a place where we will never need to come back because there is no death if you go to that place. Na bhashyate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. Krishna is saying, anybody who reaches my abode, he will never come back because there is no death there. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, these things are not there. There are so many verses. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita again and again and again, Janma, Karma, Chame, Divyam. If you know this, that I don't, my birth and activities are transcendental, not like material, then you will get no Punarjanma. So, reincarnation is not good. But we have to get a permanent position, a permanent body, a permanent situation where there is no death. That place is called Vaikunta. So Goloka Vrindavan, among Vaikunta planets, Goloka Vrindavan is the topmost and it's in the shape. So many descriptions are given. The moment so for this we have to come to study Srimad Bhagavatam. So, among devotees, anybody who doesn't have a Bhagavatam set, please raise your hand. The book has been waiting for you for so long. How old are you? 22 years that book has been waiting for you. That's it. It was actually waiting for you even before because it is prepared. Prabhupada wrote the purport for us. You work? You are working. Please take one set today. Prabhu, I sold one set for you. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Only one. One is not a good number. Always it has to be, at least 3, maybe 11. How many rounds we chant? 16 rounds. No, we have to chant 192 rounds. So, who else? Your name? Harsh. Harsh. Please take. No, I'm serious. Because from my personal experience, I can tell you, this changed my life. You might have heard about other things that Prabhu was saying. I was also very ashamed that he is telling about I stayed here, I studied this, I studied that, all those things. But all of those things became only little bit of use after I started writing some, thing useful for Krishna. And that is possible. Krishna knows our nature. You may be doing some work, but Krishna knows how to make that work useful in His service. That comes after we study Bhagavatam. So daily you must study. Without one page, one purport, one shloka of Bhagavatam, we should not leave the house. Then you see, you will. Anybody else who doesn't have Bhagavatam set? You have? Who else? You have, Prabhu? Would you like to get a copy? Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Bhagavad Gita, and take Bhagavatam, because what we just read here, it's the same. In Bhagavad Gita, I told you one verse. Dehino asmin yata dehe. So Krishna told in one verse. And here, one chapter is dedicated. See, once we know first line, we would like to know more. Because practically how to apply. Krishna said, and how to apply, here Narada Muni is teaching. So, please consider. Please take your name. Huh? Bappu. Okay, please. This is a glorious. No, the reason I ask the name is generally in temples they do archana by name, no? Why? Because we are addressing to the Lord that there is a servant here who is wanting to serve you through studying Bhagavatam. So, we should use any method that is available to us. But somehow, please get a copy. No, generally, I had the same problem when I was working. I didn't have time. I didn't have place to keep this. But I somehow kept it in the carton box itself. And I would take only one book at a time and keep it back into the carton box. But morning one verse Bhagavatam, evening one verse Bhagavad Gita. This is the program that Prabhupada gave us, this sandwich program. See, generally in sandwich you love one bread, another then we love some nice something soft. So like that we have to use all our intelligence, and because we don't have time. The problem is anytime all these things can be removed from us, because we don't know what karma we did in the past. We never know. But Krishna says he is ready to forget. Already Krishna, but if we surrender to him, he will forget everything and give you right away. So that way I encourage. Please take. It's not expensive. Nowadays the prices are also, you can check with them. They may have some payment plan. I don't know. Different methods are there. You can talk to there is a table there. Hindi also is there. Telugu also is there. That's why Prabhupada wanted all these things. Who else? One more. I'm looking for one more. Anybody? Bhagavatam set. You don't have? Telugu la? Telugu amira? Telugu chavutara? You like in Telugu or English? English. Oh, glorious. Because you are now coming in directly Prabhupada words. It's good, I would say. Please take one set. And they may have it's 18 books. And come here. Actually, take the book. Like while you are coming, you know which canto they are reading. Bring that canto with you. And instead of reading from the screen, you can read from the book itself. So anyway, yena kena prakarena, we have to somehow force ourselves. Because these are the miraculous medicine. We are all wanting this. But somehow we are not motivated. The medicine is given, but we are somehow not wanting to take medicine. So this is somehow my humble attempt to somehow try to serve. I don't know, if I am. And next we should go to Chaitanya Charitamrita set. Anybody who doesn't have Chaitanya Charitamrita set, who have Bhagavatam set, you have Chaitanya Charitamrita set, Mataji? What do you think? You should get? See, when it comes to the first, anyway, whenever you get Bhagavatam set, don't open the 10th canto. First you have to go through this. I am not, you see, many say this, I have not read Bhagavad Gita yet, and I have to read Bhagavatam. But what did we read today here? Aham mameti. That verse is there in Bhagavad Gita. So, when you read one verse of Bhagavad Gita, you can find 10 verses, one chapter of Bhagavatam. There is the same thing, the same author only. The purport that you read there, it's given with little more. So, you can start parallelly reading these. Even Chaitanya Charitamrita, until you come to some Madhya Leela, which is how many chapters? That's about 8-9 books. Before you come to Antya Leela, some 4-5 books. It will take how much time to get to that? And only when we are young, we can read this. Somebody can, you can contact them, Prabhu. Please check Prasadam also and make sure you take a copy. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, you can read simultaneously. And when you start reading, we get the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because how do we apply this? I am not this, I am not that, we are reading. My duty is this, my duty is that. I am not Kshatriya, I am not American, I am not Indian, I am not Negro. We are reading, but how are we going to realize this? Only when we see the activities of devotees and we read about them, we come to know. So, how much time we should wait to get these books? Anybody? Anybody can tell how much time you should wait to get a full set of Prabhupada books? It's a tricky question. Yesterday. You should have gotten it yesterday. That means no time. No more time left. Because we already lost our youth. We should have done this at the age of a Brahmana must get initiated by the age of 8th year. I mean, Brahmana is not by birth, it is by quality. We all have that. That's why we are sitting here. We are able to hear. But we have lost so many years. So we should not lose any more time. So I beg each one of you, please, if at all I would do some service by giving this class, is if you take a set of Chaitanya Charitamrita and start. Keep in the house, read first verse, second verse. Until your counselor says, don't go beyond second verse, third verse. Okay, read the first verse, second verse, third verse. Read it again and again. Yes, your counselor, they are helping you. Right? Fine. When you are set, you can read, the book is there with you. So again, I am just trying to, I also got, after some time, I did mistake. I didn't get all the sets in a single time. But I find that that's a big loss. I lost so many years. I could have done some service before also. So when we should do this. So please take a. Okay, I will stop here. Are there any questions? Anyway, Prabhu asked me to speak about this book that I wrote. I'll just briefly say. This is predictions from Sri Vaishnava scriptures, Divya Prabandham. Divya Prabandham is a Tamil, the same, Bhagavatam. Somebody can write purports, right, to Bhagavatam. Like that, Nammalvar wrote poems. All the Alvars wrote poems based on Bhagavatam. Because everything is based on Bhagavatam. When you say, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, in those 4,000 poems, especially Nammalvar wrote 1,200 poems, 33 poems are dedicated for Kali Yuga, for people of Kali Yuga. How can they get delivered? So, in that 33 poems, 11 poems are exactly matching with Srimad Bhagavatam predictions. The Bhagavatam has got predictions. What will happen in Kali Yuga? Krishna Varanam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam. That verse. From that, Yajner Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedashaha. That 11 poems are matching. 11 verses are matching with 11 predictions. So what is predicted is that the Nammalvar is saying, I am seeing devotees in the future going all over the world. And they like this picture. They are always chanting, dancing, jumping. And they are always chanting the name of the Lord. Kandom, 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 Kannuk Kiniyana Kandom. The meaning of that is, I am seeing, I am seeing, I am seeing. the sights that are pleasing to my eyes. What is that? The devotees of Lord Madhava are seen all over the streets, chanting, jumping, dancing. And he says, oh devotees, you all go join them. Don't waste your time. Get yourself life. By joining them. They are all chanting, dancing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Don't feel ashamed. Nammalwar is saying. I am only saying 1 out of 33 poems. And that is mapping with this picture. This is a real picture that Prabhupada in the West took his devotees, his disciples. They were all hippies. They didn't have a house. I don't know if you have heard the name hippie. It's worse than beggar here. Beggar is a very high class compared to the hippies in America in those days. Nowadays, by mercy of Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON and all these things, the whole situation of America has come out of hippie culture. It's actually, you will find rarely hippie culture. But all over the West, the hippie culture means these people, they don't want to live in home. They are so frustrated. Their parents, cannot relate to parents, they cannot relate to devotees or relatives. So they just quit. They don't want to do anything. They want to do nothing. They will not brush the teeth. They will not do anything. They simply will hang out in the street, live. But that kind of, when Prabhupada chanted in the Thompson Square Hare Krishna mantra, they all came and they became Mahatmas. Or at least in this, so many of them. Just like they have become gurus. How? That's because this is the prediction. That is going to happen. So like this, in this book, there are many such revelations of how the whole ISKCON movement is predicted. And when I was writing this book, I consulted Anandmaya Prabhu, and I wrote in one place that Anandmaya Prabhu mentioned. Actually, these poems are indications of all the Vaishnavisms will come under the Chaitanya Gaudiya Vaishnavism flag. That's the predictions. That everybody will come together. Everybody will come together. It is predicted. So it is going to happen. Now it is in our hands whether we want to be part of it. So, and there is another book. That book is about Pancharatrika rules. What is the rules regarding who can be a guru according to Pancharatrika scriptures? So, Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, Pancharatrika Vidim Vina, Aikantikir Harer Bhaktir, Utpadayeva Kalpate. So, if you are practicing bhakti, even though it is pure bhakti, but if it is not according to Pancharatrika Vidhi, then it is a disturbance to the society. So, you can go through that. But first priority, those who don't have Bhagavatam set, you please take Bhagavatam set. Those who don't have Chaitanya Charitamrita, please take Chaitanya Charitamrita. And first time buyers of Bhagavatam, better you buy Chaitanya Charitamrita together. No, we are better because we don't know. We really don't know. And these books are not expensive at all. They have been considered. You see, every time I would discuss with Anandmaya Prabhu, he is serving in this BBT for 55 years. More than that, at least here, sitting in this place. Before that, why? Why should we have Prabhupada disciple with us who has seen? I asked Prabhu, what is this? He said that this were Prabhupada quarters. So, when we have this kind of opportunity, we should take that, not lose time. Because these will become the greatest asset in our house. Any questions? Sorry, I think it's time to conclude. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदी, हरि हरि बोल, हरे कृष्ण. So the books are available in the book table. You can take a look. Hare Krishna.